You may not know, but in the USA, the CB radio symbol is a rubber duck. And he's been borrowed by some engineers in Dorking as the symbol for their disco. It's called the Funkaduck Disco, and it's the largest mobile disco in Europe.
It certainly is, and it's taking up a tremendous amount of room here in our studio. I tell you what, it really does take me back to the days when I used to be disc jockey in Germany and in London. But I can assure you, never in my life have I handled anything quite as massive as this. There are no less than 11 amplifiers, 60 speakers of various shapes and sizes, and they can pump out an incredible 3,000 watts. That's enough to fill the Albert Hall, or it's the equivalent of 60 times more power than you would need at home. There's also a complicated lighting system which I'll explain to you. There are 60 sets of lights, and they're quite different from the ones you see in ordinary discos because these patterns that you're seeing never repeat themselves. And the secret lies here in these 7 electronic machines, particularly in this central one here, because if you look closely here, in the middle, there's a mini computer. You can't actually see it, but that programs all the lights to pulsate in time with the music in a staggering 2,000 different sequences. For instance, the cartwheels behind me, each spoke of the cartwheel you can play around with, have lots of fun, and for instance, you can program it to go round either clockwise, like that, or at the flick of a switch, it will go round anti-clockwise. And if you want to have more fun with it, you can make it spiral inwards, or at the flick of another switch, you can make it spiral outwards. Now, I was obviously doing that manually so that I could give you a good type demonstration, but I'm going to switch the lights to automatic now. In a minute, I'm going to turn the volume up because it's time we had some dancing. We've got Sarah and Peter, and we have 50 dancers from Peggy Spencer's dance troupe here in the studio. Any requests?